next up we have the adrenal glands. All right, the adrenal glands are going to be located at the top of the kidneys, and they're going to be composed of two primary regions. Those two regions are going to be responsible for producing different hormones. We have the gonadocorticoids. These are going to be things like, we'll talk about all of the hormones in general. So we have 5 different hormones that we're going to be concerned with. We have our gonadocorticoids. These are going to be things like your androgens and estrogens. These will be secreted by the adrenal cortex in both males and females. The glucocorticoids are going to be responsible for affecting glucose homeostasis. These are going to act on the liver to promote the conversion of fat and protein into intermediate substances that are going to eventually be converted into glucose. It's also going to be responsible for inhibiting the inflammatory response. Homeostatic imbalance associated with this would be Cushing syndrome. This is characterized by a redistribution of body fat and fluid into the face. So we have a redistribution of body fat and fluid accumulation in the face. This is caused by prolonged exposure to high levels of cortisol, which could result from a tumor on either the adrenal cortex or the anterior pituitary, or the use of glucocorticoid hormones to treat asthma, lupus, or rheumatoid arthritis. There are also going to be mineral corticoids. Mineral corticoids are going to help maintain mineral homeostasis and water balance. For example, aldosterone. Aldosterone acts on the kidneys to increase the reabsorption of sodium ions in the blood and help promote the excretion of potassium ions in the urine. Homeostatic imbalance associated with these would be Addison's disease. This is caused by the undersecretion of cortisol and aldosterone. It appears to be an autoimmune disorder in which the cells of the adrenal cortex are perceived as foreign, so the body begins attacking itself. This results in the bronzing of the skin, weight loss, fatigue, electrolyte imbalance, poor appetite, and very poor resistance to stress. It might be caused by an inadequate secretion of ACTH. The adrenal medulla, which is going to be a specific region, so this one right here, the adrenal medulla, is going to be responsible for producing epinephrine, also known as adrenaline, and norepinephrine, or noradrenaline. Both of these hormones are used in our response to danger, preparing us for fight and flight. It's a series of physiological adjustments made by our bodies in response to very short-term stress. During long-term stress, the hypothalamus communicates with the anterior pituitary via hormone signals and then down into the adrenal cortex. All right, so this is a wonderful little diagram that's going to show you how we help regulate blood pressure through the secretion of the atrial natriuretic hormone, or ANH. So what happens is the heart secretes the ANH into the blood. That is going to cause the kidneys to excrete sodium and water through the urine. This will cause our blood pressure to drop. All right, so you should be able to list the hormones produced by the adrenal glands, indicate whether they are found in the, I didn't specify. These first 3, gonadocorticoids, glucocorticoids, and the mineral corticoids. The corticoids, all 3 of these, are going to be secreted by the adrenal cortex. Epinephrine, norepinephrine are going to be secreted by the adrenal medulla. I'm sorry I didn't give you a better indication of that earlier. But you should be able to list those 5 hormones that are secreted and indicate whether they're produced by the adrenal cortex or the adrenal medulla. You should also spend a little bit of time reviewing the involvement of the adrenal glands during the stress response and contrast the roles of glucocorticoids and mineral corticoids in the body.